the Rumosi, Rumekini flyover. Yes, they are there. And so far, so good. Nobody has disturbed them. The problem would now be when they begin to think that they are doing the right thing, or it is their right to stay there. Because whether you like it or not, it was something that happened at Alu, the Uniport area, if you're going towards Pritaso and those areas. Because of the COVID-19, people left the main market and turned that place into a market. And then it became normal because for whatever reason, nobody came to chase them out or tell them, okay, it's over, go back to your market. And they would occupy that road and constitute nuisance like no other. The dirt, and there were people that were collecting money from them to stay there and do the business. And I'm sure if you go to this flyover now at Rumekini, you see that they are the junction there. You will see that you will be surprised that boys might be collecting money from those women to allow them trade under the flyover. It's where we are. The only point is the day government then comes to say we are commissioning, everybody move. Don't say that, oh, government is chasing poor people out of the where they are finding their daily bread, because that's not where you were supposed to go find daily bread in the first place. All right. 7 banks reserves with CBN surge to 18.8 trillion naira. Terrorists eyeing Nigeria, West African coastline. This is from the US. You can go onto the Punch newspaper and get yourselves more details. Over to the Vanguard now. WAEC, parent hires thugs to assault vice principal for preventing cheating. Okay, I understand. Yes, it is wrong. But let's not still forget what happened that needs to be addressed. In fact, if you ask me, I don't think WAEC would put this out, because there's a lot of ways it will be interpreted. If you ask me now, I'll tell you there are lots of ways this will be interpreted. So basically, this happened in Ondo State. They said that they had thugs, a parent of a student of a child development college, beat up the vice principal of the school for preventing his son from cheating in the ongoing WAEC exams. The vice principal, identified only as Mr. Rutifa, said he had prevented. Okay, I think there's a lot of. There's a lot more about this particular story. There's a lot more. I'm trying to get like the name of the school and some other details which you can't find just by looking at the story now. I have to go in details to find out. But I think there's a lot more to it. Yeah, I don't know how to put it, but yes, parents do things, but if you know that your child is cheating, was that how the report came? Well, figure out all the details in the Vanguard. This one here says Amechi gave Tinubu dose of his own medicine, Shoyinka. It was fantastic. I was watching the event, weaponization of poverty, and then I think the title was switched a bit to weaponization of poverty by the state, not just elites, by the state. And there's a question that the Emir of Kano had asked that was very interesting. He said, are the leaders really, do they love Nigerians, or they just love to rule over Nigerians? That was a very valid question. Yeah, it got me thinking about it too. I said, oh, that's a fantastic way to put it. Federal government's gas-powered vehicle scheme runs into major hitch nationwide. They said they had CNG stations across several parts of the country. There was even said to be one in Rivers State. How functional are those CNG centers so far? I mean, let's look at how many months in. What have they been doing? How is the conversion rate going? The buses that they gave, I remember the NLC got some buses. Is it running? Is it working? I haven't seen it in a while. These are very fundamental questions that we should ask. 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0002. There are numbers to call to join the conversation this morning. Again, 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0002. You can get across to us using any of those numbers. On Facebook, we are live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the Facebook handle. So go and join in. You can watch and listen to us live online. Don't forget to click on the share button for the live stream. Also like the page. JJ from Rumigbo, let's start with you. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning. And happy new month to you. That's how they say we should be saying it.
Yep.
Andrew, somebody was telling me this morning that Rivers people participated in the budget that has been passed, that has been sent to the National Assembly.
Yep.
I thought there's supposed to be public hearing and all those put together. I don't know. Maybe you correct me.
Well perhaps the explanation would be you have lawmakers that represent you at the assembly now. So, yes.
That is at the National Assembly.
Exactly. Question it however you want to question it. I would understand where you are coming from a political perspective, but
where some persons are alleging that the former chairman, Omereji, collected a loan of 6 billion. Andrew, what is the possibility? What is the collateral and all those put together? At what did they do that? Is it at the point that the case was already in court or something? I don't understand. I think people need to check their facts. And the project that has been mentioned by the Transparency Group that is been doing, I think government is continuing. Some of the projects that Chidi Lloyd did, he completed them, even when there was no light in MOA local government for the full local government for over 3 years. He did a lot and restored light and all those put together. So
I don't know about the whole local government, JJ. Was it the whole local government?
The full local government. I said the full local government.
Some parts of MOHA, but
the full local government don't have light for 3 good years. 3 good years. I am not putting water in my mouth here. And conclusively, NECO stating Andrew, like they ask in hip-hop, are you ready for this? Because JAM failed, WAEC also did midnight, and I say total failure. NECO, maybe it's your turn to wicked Nigeria, because just continue in that flame, because nobody, no reaction, no firing, nothing. I take a bow.
All right, God's Power from Rumudara. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
All right, God's Power. Come on, please.
Yes, my name is Ayabaka. Andrew, Amechi give Tinubu a dose. Andrew, the statement made by Amechi when his 60th birthday is beginning to generate reactions. And when you see some reactions made by some people that had personal experience with Amechi, you will weep. But I will not go by those experiences. I want to tell you what I saw and what the former Attorney General of Rivers State said about the former governor. When Amechi was the Super Minister of Transportation in 2015, Andrew, some names were being compiled for appointment from Rivers State because those names were not from Rotimi Amechi and was from Magnus. Amechi wrote a petition saying that those names were all dead people. I'm telling you about the man called Amechi.
So how does this concern God's Power? I think you can go straight to the point. So what exactly are you responding to, and how does this concern what you're responding to? Is it that what he said was a lie? What he said at the birthday is not true, is not what is happening? Or your concern is he's not in a place to say that because you think he has a questionable past?
Yes, Amechi has been kept to be making statements that are not true outside what he's practicing as a person. So nobody is taking him seriously. Why? Because what he's talking today is not what he did yesterday. Maybe after the primary election, after the convention, APD convention, Amechi wrote to Tinubu, telling Tinubu how he will support him, how he will be by his side. But what happened? Amechi betrayed Tinubu and supported Atiku. Then Amechi said that he loved the people. What did he do? Instead of Amechi to support Peter Obi, he went and support Atiku. He's the man
but what? God's power. That's this. All right, thank you. But this particular conversation, I think it's. Well, we know the politics and what politics is. It was the same argument. The FCT minister went to support Bola Tinubu when he also said, well, Igbo people are. Amechi did. It's politics. But that aside, I mean, he said clearly that he said he was not going to vote for Tinubu, and he told him. Eventually, Tinubu then won. As a party man, okay. If along the line something changes and he decides to say, okay, well, whatever it is has changed, I don't think I would want to continue with my support. You can't also blame him now. It's the politics. And you were upset about questionable character and saying one thing in the past, doing another thing. Is that not how all politicians are in this country? One would tell me one that in this country now, the things that they said before, they've not gone against it. Many of them, a lot of them, they'll just only find new excuse to justify why they are going against it. But they're all part of the same cloth. All of them. Chima from Remokuta, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Isemi.
Yes, go on, please.
How's your health?
Fine, thank you. Go on.
All right, Chima from Remokuta. Mr. Isemi, since yesterday or day for yesterday, the rhetoric that has been coming out from that gathering of Amechi's birthday is so pathetic that leaders of this nation will gather somewhere and turn themselves to become pessimistic about their own nation that has blessed them and they have served in one way or the other. Now, if you look at things now, if you begin to call Amechi's election or primary election as encouraging or whatever, if we divulge the reason why Amechi stood for that election, you will know that Amechi doesn't even have one moral justification to stand for that election. He wanted Buhari to rig that election for him. That is the reason why we started blaming El-Rufai at the end, that El-Rufai has betrayed the river's son. Now you're calling him courageous, a man that did not even do anything, any campaign or whatever, doesn't even have a blueprint. You went for an election because you said that you're Buhari's son, and today somebody is saying that you gave Tinubu what, I don't understand that kind of English. To me, what they just did here is a gathering of pessimists that just want to see that they will bring down Tinubu's government down. And if they think it is by talking bad about a government that will bring them to power, then
Chima, let me ask you a question. When Tinubu did something similar to what you are seeing now under the Goodluck administration, would you have described it as a gathering of pessimists?
When Tinubu did that, he also provided solution. If you can go and trace back his speeches.
And these individuals have not provided solutions. They have a different. Oh no, Chima, that's wrong. You cannot say they've not. You can say at this particular one you watch, you didn't hear. But all of the people seated there at different times have said many ways and things that can be done to move the government forward and move the country forward. And even in the birthday, what they talked about is something that is a problem that the government should look at. And if they look at it, it will move the nation forward. Thank you, Chima. It's the truth. They were talking about poverty being a tool. So if the government decides to say, oh, okay, poverty as a tool, let's look at it. How can we not make poverty a tool? What can we do to stop people from making poverty a tool of control or weaponizing it? Isn't that a suggestion as well? I've always said one thing, and I keep saying to all of us that care to listen. The problem we have is not anybody or these individuals. I think the transport minister said it to some degree. Followership is a big problem. The kind of followers we have. I was asking one of the callers now, what Amechi said, was he wrong, or your anger is that it is Amechi that said it? Yes, he has questionable. They are all the same politicians. Anyhow, they want to put it, they are all the same. They all have made their mistakes. They all were in positions where they would have done the right thing and did not do it. They were all have been in positions where they did some of the things they did for selfish reasons and personal ambitions. And yes, so on and so forth. It's true. But it does not take away the fact that if they say something that is right, it is correct. And in this instance, did what he said or some of the things that were said there by some of those individuals, were they right or were they wrong? I think that's what we should really look at. Temple from Iche, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi.
Yeah, go on, please.
Happy New Month to you.
Same to you.
Looking at this issue of budget presentation and what have you, like you rightly ask, even though we have representatives both at the state now that are suspended and the ones we are having at the National Assembly, but even as at that, are we not supposed to have a public hearing where Rivers people, business movers and captain of industries will come and make their own input on that regard? That is by the way. And even though people come with insinuation, looking at this borrowing and not borrowing, the former chairman of Omereji, the tune of 6 billion as alleged, there is always a say that says the only thing that silence argument is proof of evidence. Even though I want to challenge the SO administrator this morning, those illegal SO administrator this morning, if they have their proof, if they have their facts, can't they flash it on the social media? At least they prove that yes, this is the consensual agreement with the so and so bank, proving that Omereju borrowed such amount of money, or is it just by trying to tarnish somebody's image? They are there for over 2 months now, lavishing money without no project to show. Come to HA here, there is nothing to write home about. Nothing, no project at all. Is it by visiting the dilapidated project and promising heaven on earth? And to NECO, I want to ask them themselves, NECO this morning again, are they ready, or are they coming out to frustrate children and serve them another hot cup of tea? NECO, think twice, though. NECO, some of these children don't know computer. They have not seen computer in their life. Some of them have not even know what is mouse. NECO, have everything go. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you, Temple. Good news from our 3. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother man. Yes, how are you today?
I'm very fine, thank you. Go on, please.
Thank you very much. Do leaders love Nigeria or they love ruling Nigerians? This is one of the best questions I have seen from gatherings. And that gathering came from the Amechi's birthday gathering and Emir. It is obvious that what they said, they are weaponizing Nigerians, shows that they don't love Nigerians. Leaders who love their country, who are patriotic to their country, will ensure that the iron steel in Kogi works. Will ensure that the insurance company that totally started Amechi expanded in Rivers State behind your company, your Wazobia there, works. Instead, they dismantled and scattered it. They will ensure that the Songhai farm in Rivers State worked. Instead, and plantation, they destroyed it. So that the people will be dependent on them. Whenever they call them, they give them crumbs, and we will be struggling and defending them, both the ones that are right and the ones that are wrong. Actually, the leaders hate Nigerians, but love our money, want to rule us by fire, by force. If not, tell me what's wrong is there that the Amechi group have said. Simple. Everybody knows about it. Since the inception of this government, mention one industry that is on. Is it textile industry? Except from the one the Abia State governor just did about sewing something. Even the ones that even have little companies in Anambra, Aba, Abia, Lagos, how are they treating them? Instead, the president is increasing taxes to frustrating them, yet no power. That's how we go today, my brother.
All right. Thank you, my friend. Good news from our 3. This one says, 2 bodies found in the flood. Sad one. My question is, can't the federal government find a lasting solution to flood issues? That person is calling that from HA. This one says, would you borrow 6 billion? I don't know why people like defaming others, especially good people. When did he borrow such amount of money? Before his assumption into office, there was no power in the entire local government for over 3 years. He restored power, executed a series of people-oriented projects in local government. Ferdinand Dikeogu, you sent that one in. Someone says, Amaechi gave Tinubu his dose. To me, he won. He won by standing out, and if every politician follows his footsteps, the shenanigans we see in governance today will be no more. Anunobi Onyekachi KC. We'll go for a commercial now. Good morning.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain? It's Toby.